everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the latest episode of Hidden Jewels of Gospel. While Germany is melting away, we are breathing heavily underneath the heat. I want to bring you some gospel heat. I was record shopping and I found three wonderful gospel records, which I immediately wanted to share with you guys. If you are new to the segment, usually I'm going very deep into each group, singer, album, you name it. But with gospel music, it's very, very difficult. Usually people were there, they recorded an album and they went away and nothing is really available. On other groups, you can write books about them. So what I'm going to do is I'm showing you the record. We see if there's something interesting written on the cover and you hear a complete needle drop. Because in my opinion is that the gospel music is way, way underrated in the vinyl community, and I do hope that this segment changes a little bit, because there are some brilliant recordings out there which are still affordable in a way. Also the price is getting higher. They were usually always a little higher in Europe because it was more difficult to get gospel records, but that also changed a little bit. But anyway, let's start with the Luckett Brothers and Judgment Day. I saw this record and I knew I needed to have it. Because if you see records with a cover like this, you know that the content must be good. Look at these guys. Just fantastic. So the Luckett Brothers recorded and released some more albums. Also with this one, it's unknown when it was recorded. There's absolutely no indication for it. I think it must be mid to late 70s from the closing, and this was, I think, $30 euro, around that. And it's the vinyl is pretty much, it's a little beaten up. It has ring wear, and here is some damage, but the vinyl was pristine. And I want to hear the record and I can't play the cover, so this is the back. And before, you know what, let's have a listen.
Getting us ready. God getting us ready. He's getting us ready. That's why I'm working so very hard. I'm getting ready for that judgment day. Lord help me, Lord help me. Nobody but the Lord above. Hey, Lord, help me to be ready. Help me to be ready. God getting us ready. He's getting us ready. God getting us ready. He's getting us ready. That's why I'm working so very hard. I'm getting ready for that judgment day. Lord help me, Lord help me, Jesus. Nobody but the Lord above. Hey, help me to be ready, help me to be ready. Don't let it be said too late. Wait a minute, let me say this. You see, I just can't wait for that day, you know, that I be able to sit down with the angels and help with my Lord. Talking about the time, Lord, time it would be. Lord, you know I'm looking for that right there. The evening sun keep on sinking low. Hey, 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 Lord, 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 just coming through my stumbling block, Lord. Hey, Lord, you're the only way.
These guys could sing, right? And this is an absolutely great record, and usually you find on the back, I hope you can see that, you always find, always, not always, but many times you find booking informations. And one day I'm gonna get all my gospel records and I try to call each and every number on the covers and see how it turns out. You know, these records are 40, 50 years old, so we will see how it ends up, but I'm so gonna do this. Anyway, so we have the booking information. You have to call James Luckett in Milwaukee. The album was recorded in Nashville, and it was recorded at Champ Recording Studio in Church Street. How great is that? In 1705 Church Street. So you know that has to be a good album. So they say that we at HSE Records are proud to introduce you to the fabulous Luckett Brothers' newest album entitled Judgment Day. We hope that you will enjoy this album as much as you did their first album entitled Jesus is Real. And they even think that this album is even better than the first one. So yeah, you've heard a snippet. It's, in my opinion, a fantastic album. Let me show you the HSE label, which I haven't have a record of. I think this is the first time I have a record with the HSE label. The vinyl was, as you may can see it, at least a little bit, absolutely pristine. So I know that it will be difficult in Germany to get this record, or even in Europe. So I paid the $30, but I wasn't disappointed because it is an absolutely fantastic record. So the Luckett Brothers' Judgment Day is the first one today. And now I bought this for $12 and it knocked me off my feet. If you find this record, go and buy it. For $12 you are getting Mr. Gene Martin and his 1977 release Songs of Deliverance. And wow, Gene Martin recorded a couple of albums. He was, and I don't know if he's still alive, he was even in the 60s doing gospel music, and on YouTube you find some clippings where he made appearances. You know what, let's have a snippet. Let's look at one of these clips.
And I have you in the mountain that you cannot come through. I want you to know that God, I come to tell you that God, I come to tell you that God specializes in.
So he was an absolutely powerhouse, and the last footage I found was from the late 80s, so I do hope he's still around. But wow, this man, if you want to get into gospel music, for me this is absolutely a record to go to, and let's have a listen to one of those tracks.
Praising my Savior, all the day long. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, era of salvation, purchased by God,
For 12 or 13 euros, I have to live with the cutout, and there's a sticker which I could easily remove, but usually I keep them on the cover because it says 50 cents, and I like this. Also on the back you can see Mr. Gene Martin in action. Phenomenal singer, absolutely phenomenal singer. I never heard of him before, but you can bet if I find more records of him, I'm buying them. So what does the cover say? Do we have some? And we don't have booking information. We don't have booking information. It says 1977 QCA Records in Cincinnati, and it's the Rejoice label. Many big names in the gospel music released on Rejoice, so it's a very common label if you're into gospel music. So that's a pick I can only recommend. Go and get it. You easily find it, and it's not very expensive. No, easily is the wrong word, but if you have a record store that has a gospel section, I'm sure that there is at least one Gene Martin record with it, because he seems to be a big name. It's the first time I've heard about him, but boy, it's just great. All right. Did I show you the record? No, I didn't. So, side 2. This is side 1 of the Rejoice label. This is also side 2, and also for the 12, 13 euros. Not so sure. I got a great clean record. All right. Let's get directly into 1986. You've heard it right. 1986. Gospel music didn't end in the 70s, and especially in the 80s there were also some great recordings, and I just love Witness. Keep looking up. This is bad writing. So Keep Looking Up. I love this record from the beginning to the end. And also, if you are not into gospel but you love 80s pop music, this is an absolutely no-brainer to buy this one. It's around 20 euros, dollar, around that price range to get an original copy. And I love this one. They sound so good, and the music is just so good. After the release of this album, and the group was founded by Michael Groups, it was his brainchild, Yolanda Harris and Tina Brooks, you can see these women on the back, sorry about the lightning, they left the group. They had some personal changes during the whole lineup, but for me it's a kind of like thing of En Vogue. You know, they never sounded the way they sounded like with the original lineup, and so it's for me with Witness. So for me the first one is the go-to one. And of course we have booking information. If you want to book them, the chances might be higher. I reached someone with this number because it's from 1986. So if you want to book them, you have to call in Detroit. It's the Ty Scott label, and also you get the phone number from Ty Scott. And let's have a listen.
About your fate, it never crossed your mind you could see a better day. All your problems keep piling up, they get the best of you. Seems like your cloudy skies will never turn to.
There is a remedy, there's a way out. It's not a fantasy, free your mind. Come on now.
There is something you can do if you want to get help. You're gonna make it, don't be sorry for yourself.
So 80s, it's pure 80s, and I just love it. And I say, most of all, we thank God, who is the executive producer of our lives. Wow. So let's have a look at the record. Side 1, and this is side 2. It's a little, there are some scratches on it, but they also seem to be deep, but actually it doesn't really affect the playing too much. And yeah, at that moment I couldn't choose, and it was $20, and it's playable. And like I said, these scratches on side 1 are not so very audible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed one of these 3 records, or you maybe give them a listen, because like I said, gospel music is way too underrated. So thanks for watching. I'm wishing you guys a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music, maybe one of those records, and I see you next time. Bye.